And
Grand Rising Elizabeth. This is Today is January 26th, 2023. Welcome to the Grand Rising Elizabeth show. It is Wisdom Wednesday with host Sister Jackie Jones and Mama Hetheru. What to do today? All right.
yay!
So Grand Rising, everyone.
Yeah.
Grand Rising.
Talk to me.
It's a
So
snow day.
let me see.
It's gonna come.
It would have never made it in my day. This would have never made snow day in my day. I'm just saying.
I said the same thing. They would have made us go to school and you just deal with it and you come back home when, they didn't even close the school. You just trudged your little butt on home in the snow.
That's right. And you walk. Okay, and you walk. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's do our attendance. So it's me, Mama Head. We got Queen Adoni. We have Evelyn in the house, Sister Bridget, Jackie Jones. Hey, co-host. Bridget and Jackie. All right, so that's everyone. What now, Deidre?
Hello. I'm here.
That's my eyes. That's my little eyeballs. Eyeballs. All right. So let us
give me 10 minutes. I'll be on camera in 10 minutes doing something with my mom. So hello, everybody.
Hello. Who was that? I didn't see who that was.
It's Jackie.
Co-host.
Yeah, I got a couple of screens going, so let us go ahead. Hold on one moment. Let me clear my throat. So today I pulled the 6 of Knives. Okay, 6 of Knives. I go through the book. This book isn't arranged like most books. They have it separated into the family, and then they have it separated into the rest of the cards, like the numbers in the card deck. All right, again, this is the Black Tarot deck from Nyasha Williams. 6 of Knives, Rites of Passage Transition. The card description is a young man is rock climbing using knives to help him scale the face. He is ready to transition towards something new. Where are you ready to evolve? Announce it to the universe. The climb represents putting in the work to grow and letting go of anything that encourages stagnation. Be willing to open to explore new lands and shores. You will benefit by going with the grain. The rock climber has come a long way while working toward a higher future, a brighter future. The 6 of Knives reminds us that change often comes about after periods of discomfort. It is never too late to It is never too late to step into a new existence. Allow others to lend a hand as you work toward the top. The pack on the man's back. I didn't see a pack on his back, but anyway. The pack on his back symbolizes the weight we carry from heartbreak, conflict, or trauma. It is time to transform through healing. You have come too far to turn back now. In Yang, which is our masculine and knowing, moving on and releasing all that no longer serves your higher self, entering calmer waters, new environment or atmosphere, bringing much needed relief. In the Yin, which is the unknown and feminine, it says unfinished business, lack of progression, resistance to change, and holding on to baggage. The aligning is to get out of your comfort zone. All right, that is our card for the day. My screen. All right, now let's see our meditation for the day. So let me do a check-in. What's in your cups, ladies? What's in your cups? I am on Due to a lack of water, I have developed a huge flapjack bubble in my back. And that is a reminder that I did not take proper water care of myself in the past couple of days. Been drinking other things that I usually don't drink as well. I'm not telling on myself. But I have a big goblet of ginger water and some maple syrup to use for my sweetening. What do you all have in your cups today?
The combination of teas. I'm not. I know it's the turmeric is in here, and a couple of other. I think it's a green tea in here. I just kind of threw some bags in here yesterday, and I didn't drink it all. But yeah, sweetened with a little honey.
And me, I did a tea from scratch. I cut up pineapple, and I boiled the skin of the pineapple, because I didn't want to just throw it away. So I boiled that with water. I got turmeric in here, and that's fresh turmeric, the one you cut up. And I have ginger in here and lemon and water. Yeah, so it's actually pretty good without any sweetener or anything. So
Awesome.
That is cool. I have just plain old water in my cup.
that's good.
Yours is coming, Evelyn.
Mhm.
Her cup is coming.
Yeah.
And
I
Mom
got a cup
Annette, I
coming too.
still got yours.
Oh, so mine is, I need to go get mine, is what you're saying.
I'm a hum.
Go get it.
Oh, it's sent to your house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. So,
We'll get it to you.
Okay.
let me get back to my script here. Okay, let's see. All right, so we need to have our meditation or writing. Let's grab an ink pen and let's write some things. Let's see. All right, so we talked about our journey on the climb and using knives to help us get through. So one of the questions here was, let's do a little writing. It says, where are you ready to evolve? So I want you to think about that, and if you want to jot it down, and then we're going to announce it to the universe. And also, I want you to go back. I've done this before, but I want you to go back and think about your childhood when you were safe and okay in those moments. Think about what it is that you did then that is working for you in your career right now. We want to just talk about that a bit. Where or what got you in trouble? What got you in trouble? And how is that something that has become your, what do they call it? There's a term for it. People are asking. I can't think of the word. I will think of the word. There's a term that they use now that they say, what's your, I don't know. Somebody sent me a link and asked me, what is your something? I gotta look it up. But what did you get in trouble for? And how has that become what you're doing now? Let's think about it. Think about that a bit. And what are you doing? How are you evolving?
So is it what did you do when you were young? Could it be either one?
Yes, we're doing both. I'm asking you, where are you ready to evolve and announce it to the universe? And then we're doing the dig. We're doing the dig. We're thinking back on what got us, what got us in trouble, and how did that become our passion? What are you doing now that represented those skills that you're using for your career or your hobby or your passion?
Mm-hmm.
Let's think about it. Think about it now. And let that come from your happy place, from your safe space. Today is the 26th. Whew, what are the days?
Yeah, it's the 25th.
That's what I said, the 25th.
Mhm.
That's my other self rushing for the next day. Mhm.
Slow down.
Right, right. Okay, as you are doing that, I'm going to read from Simple Abundance because it's tying right into our card. January 25th, working with what you've got. If your everyday life seems poor, don't blame it. Blame yourself. Admit to yourself that you are not enough of a poet to call forth its riches, because for the Creator, there is no poverty and no poor in different place. Raina Maria Rilke. We talked about that yesterday with Reverend Jim. I love it. So there's the tie-in from yesterday. Up until now, many of us have secretly believed that we had to wait until things calm down a bit before we get started to get our acts together. Tomorrow, we'll begin discovering authentic pleasures. Tomorrow, we'll treat ourselves better. Tomorrow, we'll take the time to enjoy ourselves. Tomorrow, when everything calms down. Isn't that funny that I thought about tomorrow before I read this? This I can report from the front lines. Life never calms down long enough for us to wait until tomorrow to start living the lives that we deserve. Life is always movement, always change, always unforeseen circumstances. There will always be something to grab your attention. The cell phone, the phone call, the child, the fax, the car breaking down, the check that never arrives in the mail. Let's just acknowledge that as far as real life is concerned, we are only one step away from dealing with dysfunction. So what are we going to do about it? We can stop waiting for life to become perfect and start working with what we've got to make it as satisfying as we can. We can accept, bless, give thanks, and get going. Today we can begin to call forth the riches from our everyday life. Today we can move from lack to abundance. Procrastination has robbed us too many precious opportunities. Call a friend for lunch. Begin to read or even write that novel. Organize your papers. Use a new recipe for dinner. Smile at everyone you meet. Sit and dream before a blazing fire. Pick up your needlepoint again. Act as if you're grateful to be alive. Scatter joy. Think of one thing that would give you a genuine moment of pleasure today and do it. Great. The first steps in the journey are always the most difficult to take. Life begets life. Energy creates energy. The famous French actress Sarah Bernhardt reminds us, it is by spending oneself that we become rich. Dang. Boom. I love everything is in alignment. Uh-huh.
Oh, it's interesting. I just wanted to share this real quick. When you were reading that and it said, think of things that will, bring you joy, something good in the moment. And what came to my mind was that just doing the right thing. I mean, doing things that I know is correct to do, whether it's with my eating, with how I treat people. That's what I want to do, that will bring me the most joy today. It's just doing the right thing that I know, and so that was interesting.
Awesome. Now,
It's real interesting how I already had read that this morning. That was my daily reading because I have the Simple Abundance right here. So I read that this morning. I said,
oh, you did get it?
Nice.
You got the book. Oh, you already had the book. That's right. I remember you. Right.
Did I say? Yeah, I had already bought the book. I just had to go find it and I started reading it. And that's what I read today.
That's a powerful something right there. And I love it because it doesn't have any page numbers. No page numbers. It just has the date.
I just noticed that. Yeah.
Hmm.
kind of like that book of I Am. I was like, I put page numbers in the index, but I don't have any pages. I'll be fixing that too. I was like, hey, you don't have any page numbers on the book, but you got index with page numbers. I thought that was so funny. Anybody else want to share what they jotted down or that trouble that you got in? How are you using that? Grand Rising, Miss Ebony, birthday lady.
Grand Rising, Elizabeth. How are you?
Good. I like what Dietrich said about just doing the right thing in a constant, just living like that, just doing the right thing in the moment, doing the right thing. If we can just do that, that's powerful. My thing is, my mom raised us 6 kids by herself, and with the support of her sisters and brothers and stuff like that. But I had to take on a leadership role very young, very, very young. And therefore, I'm a leader now. And with my whole family still coming where I'm at. When I moved to Detroit, all of them moved to Detroit, including my mother. And we've all worked together, and all of that still in that leadership. So that thing of, I would say, that thing of, not having a dad and just stepping into that role to support mom. Because I'm 3 years older than my brother's 3 years older than me, and then I'm 3 years older than Tyra and Pam. And then Doris and Sharita came about as well. Just put me in that leadership and helping her. And so I won't say I missed my childhood, because I had a good time, because I was the one that was creating it, because I was the leader. So,
right in the role. That's how we talk about being right already in your role, right?
Right. So that's, yeah. So leadership is natural to me. And my mom, she would volunteer us for everything at the church, everything. We knew mama was going to volunteer us. And so we got a lot of practice in that area as well. So, yeah. So I'm glad. Now we might be having ladies, people popping in, because I mistakenly put our information on what is that thing? TikTok. So I'm going to have to interrupt and ask for people who they are. So Lottery, can you show yourself?
That might be Barbara Lottery. Is that Barbara Lottery?
Are you Barbara? I can't hear you, honey. Is this your guest?
Yes, I was trying to find my mute on my phone. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. We had last night, we were in a meeting and we had some knucklehead pop in and not very pleasant. So now I have to
Screen.
screen people when they come on and stuff. So welcome. You
Thank
got
you.
something pink halfway over your mirror,
I don't know.
Feather, is that your feather boa?
I don't know what is
yeah,
going on.
right.
I'm on my phone, so I'm trying to. I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll let you pull yourself together. We'll keep talking. I just needed to check, make sure you wasn't a knucklehead.
Yeah, but I think Barbara has a snow day. How about that? That's how snow days look. They're horizontal days, right? I love it. So, ladies, we were talking. Welcome to Grand Rising Elizabeth.
Yeah.
We're talking about is a couple things. We're talking about where we're ready to evolve based on the Six of Knives card that we pulled today. It's about the brother climbing up the mountain using knives to help him and just overcoming things.
Mm-hmm.
Life. And then we're talking about the things that we may have gotten in trouble for when we were young, and go to your safe space where you might have gotten in trouble, but those things seem to be your skills that you're using now. So, how in your life have those things that you've done or you were busy for or busy with, how have they affected your life now? Now me, I'll jump in. I was the wiggler. Why can't you sit still? Why don't you sit down? You know, all of this moving. My brother and I would go to the mall and go all in between the clothes and running and hiding and just busy.
I can
So,
just see you doing that.
and so one of my teachers called me Soul Train. So I was always in trouble for not being in my seat quite often. And so that movement that was, listen, it's in my DNA. My grandmother was a dancer, my mother danced, my dad a DJ. So, you know, people act like they didn't give me this DNA. You know, I think the DNA donators forget about their abilities. And then of course I get my own, you know, growing and learning. And so my other one was talking. Did you tell? Just chatty. And now I use it for teaching, for instructing, for sharing, for, you know, everything. So those were mine. And what do I want to evolve to? I want to evolve to being and doing more of me. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. Just be more expressive and more arty and more movie and more talking and making sense. So would anybody else like to share? We're just doing a round robin.
I'll jump in here.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me come up for a minute. What did I get in trouble for? I talked a lot. There was a friend of the family growing up. He nicknamed me Radio because he said she never stops talking, and she never and she's all over everywhere, and she just never stops talking. I got in trouble in school on my report card when they used to give you for citizenship. I always got marked because I never stopped talking. My parents would get called to parent teacher conference. She never stops talking. She talks to everybody. And that's how I've spent my life, talking to everybody. What do I do for a living? I have to talk to everybody. So, what is my career that I've changed to in events? I have to talk to everybody. So it just kind of continues and grows. That's what I got in trouble for. And what I got in trouble for seems to have been my career. In my career, that's what I've had to do. And in my evolving career, that's what I have to do. So where am I ready to evolve to? Being more creative. That's what I want to do on a full-time basis, is really create really beautiful things, whether it's events or floral designs or great supper club events. I really just want to create, which also gives me a chance to talk to people. So, so it just keeps going.
So Bridget, did you used to imagine a lot? And you know, how did, you know, where do your ideas come from for your settings?
I did imagine a lot. That's the second thing that my parents would get called up to school for, and I'd get in trouble for, because I would daydream. And my teachers would literally call my parents and go, she just daydreams. And I got in trouble for daydreaming because that's where my creativity would come from. And it just kind of kept getting squashed down. So it's funny that we're talking about this because I was journaling about it last night as I was listening to the Course in Miracles. Where's all this coming from? And it's coming back up. What had been pushed down from the time that I was a child is starting to rise itself back up. And this time I can't close it off. I can't shut it off.
Right.
So I'm just letting it evolve and I'm just kind of letting it come because it went from listening to the beginning of the Course in Miracles to I started reading Eckhart Tolle just before my father died. And I put it down because I couldn't deal with it at the time. And last night after I listened to the introduction to the course and started listening to chapter 1, it led me back to Eckhart Tolle. And I started listening to something that he had, because I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. So I started listening to him last night. And that was how I completely missed the meeting last night. But so all of it is leading, and I call it a breadcrumb trail. I'm now just kind of following it. Because like I said yesterday, I couldn't understand why the Course in Miracle keeps coming up and it keeps hitting me in my face. You know, it just kind of keeps coming back in different forms. You need to figure this out, you know, why. You need to really dive into this. So, because I even asked Queen for Reverend Omani's number because it was in my head. I know she's doing the Course in Miracles and to talk to Reverend Omani. And I set it off to the side. And what happened yesterday, it came right back up again. So, so that's all of it. Where I'm evolving, it's just a constant evolving going on right now.
Revolving evolution is a revolving. So I got one more question.
My revolving door seems to have a motor on it that's running all by itself.
Good job. I love it.
I love it. So I have one more question, Bridget. Because you are a space designer, if you will, you provide settings. How often do you change your house around? Are you one of those seasonal people?
Mama had, you know me way too well. I change my house around so often that literally my partner says he doesn't know on what day he's gonna come home and the whole house has been changed. And what he doesn't understand is how I move all this furniture by myself. And I'm like, okay, so I had to show him my secret. Many years ago on TV, they had those little discs that you could buy that you stick up under your furniture. So I give myself just enough leverage to lift it up a little bit, stick those moving discs up under, and I can shove furniture all over the house. So I change my bedroom around according to seasons and on a whim. I change my house around on a whim. I have to make sure I have things according because I have plants all over the house. I have to make sure that they get adequate light. But yes, I'm one of those people. I change my house often because when you change your house, it changes the energy. Mm-hmm. So when I feel like the energy's gotten stale in the house, I cleanse the house. I open up, especially in the wintertime, I will open up all the windows and let the cold air in to cleanse out the house. And then I would change all the furniture around to change the energy around in the house. And so, yeah, I change often. Oh, I guess I should also add, I change my curtains often too, just because that goes along with the furniture. So
window treatment and room changes. I love it.
Exactly.
And now are those called the moving men?
They're called the moving men. Yes. Yes.
You got all those men, those extra men in that house. He don't know. That's the secret. Those are the furniture cobblers.
Those are and everything gets. They are little magic little discs, I call them.
I love it. I love it. Anyone else want to share their trouble? Reverend Omani Grace, how are you today?
Good Grand Rising, ladies. How y'all doing?
We good, we good. We talking about our troubles and how we're using them for our passions right now. So
It's like I'm all three of y'all. I'm the leader because I was the leader, natural leader, because I was the only girl.
okay.
And I realized early on I had two brothers. I was the monkey in the middle always. I had two brothers, one on each side. But I realized early on that boys were stupid and I better lead my own way. So that I got the leader because I couldn't listen to them because that's called trouble. You follow them, you're in trouble. So okay, and then Bridget and Mama had I definitely the mover, could never sit still, and I was Chatty Cathy. That was my mom's nickname for me, Chatty Cathy. Chatty Cathy, could you just please, right? Be quiet just for a minute. Why? I got something to say. My mom be like, oh my God. And I was really smart, but I would get threes in citizenship. And because I wouldn't stop talking, everybody was my friend. And so I come home with those threes. I remember this when my mama shut that down. She was like, I don't care how smart you are, how smart you are, you gonna know how to act. I'm like, I know how to act. She was like, no, not with threes and citizenship. So I'm about to beat your ass and we go see. I was like, that ain't gonna do no good. She was like, I'm gonna beat your ass and see. My mom beat my ass so good, honey. I didn't bring no three back home. No, no more threes for me. I got that in order. So I use both of those now as a communicator. Communication is my thing. I actually got a degree in communication. That's what my degree is in, communication. And guess what else? Public relations. We're gonna get this together.
You know, when we would get in trouble, we should have told them, hey, I'm working on my skills for later in life.
Skill set, yeah.
I'm working on my skills.
There's something else that Bridget said, and it's so important. In the beginning of the journey, my spiritual journey, I'm in the second phase of it now, but in the beginning, I was stuck. And I took a class with a woman who taught me all about my emotions, which helped me clear up my toxicity and my emotions. But one of the things was she talked about changing your house around. Changing your house around, because the energy in you might need to have something happen, but the energy has become fixed in your house. And so you can't, the energy, you need the energy to move, but it can't move because it's fixed. And so when I started to really examine my house, like I had my pictures and I would paint the wall and put the picture right back where it was. Right. Or I would change something, but certain things stayed exactly where they were. Now I always changed my furniture around, but I had other things that in the house that was fixed. And they were so fixed that when I needed to shift, I couldn't shift because the energy had gotten stuck in the same place. So that what Bridget was saying is so critical, that you change and move things around so you can have different energy to flow. And so I always had a natural feeling for feng shui. I got a natural feel for just feng shui, like how the house should naturally flow. And so when I started getting into feng shui and I would look at my house, I was like, oh, my house was already in its natural flow. So I have a sense of that. So yeah, so those are the things for me that had me. But now my challenge, like really, after we did that work in the class where we did that cleanup work, burning bowl work, like things that were deep down in there started coming up for me. And I've been sharing this because it's part of my egoic way of being that's been hidden from me, is that I'm petty. Please don't do something to me that I don't think that you should have done to me, because I'm only here to serve. I'm only here to help. And I'll be like sort of done with you in a way. I'll be like, no, thank you. And it's really petty, and I'm being asked to expand that. And yeah, that's like really there. Like even just like right now, a whole bunch of stuff just started coming up about that. Right when I got silent, right then it's like a whole list. Right. So it's like, yeah, so that's my challenge right now. My challenge is in relationships where the universe wants me to open my arms wide and allow everybody in. I'd be like, okay, you can come in. No, you can't come in. And as a matter of fact, you can get out.
Yeah, and I'm having that with myself, but instead of telling them to get out, now I'm telling you just go sit in the back and your turn is coming. You're gonna look like this sister back here. That's like that might be my petty. I got her sitting back there because I need her.
Yes.
You know, working in schools with children, you had to be ready with the dozens. You had to be ready because they're gonna cap on you.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
right.
But
I need her. You come on up front. I'm gonna let Mama Heck go sit in the back because I need
yeah.
you.
Yeah, well, last night, I invited Petty to come through the door and come sit at the table. I needed to talk to her. So last night I had her come in and it's like, okay, we need to talk, right? And because you need something from me or you need me to know something. So I invited her in last night. I was like, okay, I've never talked to you ever before. Let's talk. And and to bring her, not to make her wrong or make myself wrong for having that, but to include her in as an aspect of myself. So
Yeah, yes, wonderful. Mm.
And we have to do that. I'm not saying we have to. It's good to do that because we have so many different layers. I don't know if you all have looked at onions. Onion has the outer layer, and it might be 5 or 6 of those of the skin. Then you have that thin, transparent layer. You could just rub your finger over it and it'll come off. And then you
Right.
have and then you have another thin layer and some more meat all the way to the center of the onion.
Yep.
I used to think about it in bananas, but we are greater. I mean, bananas are great, but it's the peel and then the inside. But on the onion, how many layers is it?
yeah.
Count them. You know?
And
Yeah.
the uniqueness of that, Mama Het, is that it will make you cry.
Right. Yes.
It will make you cry. If you don't do it, I know there's some way where if you, I don't know, run water, whatever, then you won't cry, it won't get in your, but until you master that, you are going to cry as you peel those things, those layers come off. And sometimes you can't, and then sometimes it's on your hand and you reach that to your eyes, and now it's worse. And
You're gonna cry some more.
now you got to,
Right.
now you got to go get that off of your hands and get that in,
Yeah.
you're explaining to people, I just peeled the onion, that's all. Yeah, but it will definitely make you cry in order to get that to where you can work with it.
Yes.
One of my neighbors, she and I usually have a challenge with it. You either inhale through your mouth or inhale through your nose. I'll have to do both to figure it out. And it's after the tears start falling. But Miss Carrie said, it's the nose. Thank you, teacher. Okay,
Yes.
write that down in the kitchen. I'm gonna write that. Let me go write it in the kitchen.
Right.
Close your nose.
No, you breathe through the nose. You
Breathe
exhale
through the
mouth.
nose.
Don't breathe it. Right, there it is. Okay, Deetra, did you have something? Thank you for
Yes, I wanted to share some things about.
Okay, but wait a minute. Let me just finish what Bridget, because it's something else Bridget said about reading the Course of Miracles.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Reverend.
so Bridget, the piece about the Course of Miracles, when it comes, most of the people that I've met and who are reading the Course of Miracles, they done had the Course of Miracles in their house for like 10 years before they even looked at it. But when the Course of Miracles really comes up and it becomes time for you to do it, and you start to really read, because there is this part, the Course of, at this time in life, the Course of Miracles is a required course.
Okay.
If you are someone who is going to elevate and up to elevating and ascending, this course is necessary.
Yeah.
And you're right. I have had it because I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 4 bookshelves in my house. So I was running all over the house yesterday after we got off going, I know I've got this book. Where is this book? I couldn't find the book. And then I remembered, wait a minute, no, you downloaded it on your Kindle. And because I don't like really reading from a Kindle, I like books. I'm like, it's in the closet on the Kindle. So I was like, all right, well, guess what? You need to order the book. So in the snow, Amazon's going to be delivering the book today. But in the meantime,
yes.
But in the meantime, I was like, all right, let me start to at least listen to it. So I hunted on YouTube and found it and started listening to it
Yeah.
last night. And I
Yeah.
was like, all right, that's a prelude to it arriving. So I can at least kind of get an understanding of what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
And then for it to lead me back to Eckhart, who I put down,
Yeah.
that was another part that I was like, why is all this rising so fast and now?
Yes,
So
because it becomes now is the time. And so, like for me, I had to get cornered. How I started reading the Course of Miracles, I got cornered because I'm a busybody. I'm out in the world. I'm doing my thing. I'm not gonna sit down long enough to do that work like that. And I read a lot too. Read a lot. And but God put me in a position where the only thing I could do was read it.
okay.
Right, because when it's time and God put his hands on you that way, if you keep ignoring, not doing, not being what you're being asked to do, because it's time. So that's like your inner teacher. Your Holy Spirit is guiding you, want you to eat this food, but you won't eat the food. So as God's little children, he'll have you hold your nose, and then all you got to do is open your mouth and take the food.
Yes, yes.
Well, I am taking the food because, like I said, when I could not find the book, I was like, all right, Amazon, how fast can you get this book to me? And they were like, we'll have it to you tomorrow. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
then,
well, the snowstorm
and
is
then,
coming.
yeah. And then the other thing, I just want to just read, read with somebody because your ego will talk you out of it.
Okay.
Your ego will talk you out of reading the Course of Miracles.
Well, I will be giving you a call anyway.
Okay, yeah, please do. Please do.
Yeah,
Please
I'll
do.
be giving you a call.
Because wait a minute, because yesterday I did a call. I was like, oh, because right now my circle is mostly the people that's in the Elizabeths. I'm starting a circle. It's Noelle, it's Evelyn, Sheila and Stars are already reading with me. And it's Nicole is going to read with me. Dr. Nicole is going to read with me, and it's somebody else. So I'm like, oh, so this is a particular group of people that got their own curriculum. So I'm saying, this is very interesting. So that's what I just wanted to share.
Thank you.
It's your turn. I see your little hand up there.
That's funny. Okay. But yeah, I want to go back to your initial question. But first of all, I want to say that I was a good girl. When I was young, I ain't get in trouble at all. I ain't get no whoopings. Nobody yelled at me. I mean, okay, that's me. Okay, then let's see. In citizenship, y'all mentioned that. I would get all ones, of course, so I never saw 3. And I was like, okay, I don't know anything about that. Now, dealing with furniture, I love changing furniture. I love changing my room around and all that. Now, for today, I noticed that I'm drawn to chatty Cathy's. So if you talk a lot, I am drawn to you because I want to get that. I don't have it. I can't. I will get in a conversation, but I won't draw up things. I won't just start talking to you about a whole bunch. But I'm not. I used to be a shy little girl, of course, being all quiet and good and everything. But now I want to branch out a little bit. So I would love to develop that quality and being able to just talk and draw people into a conversation and all that good stuff. So that's where I am as far as wanting to grow. Yeah.
Teacher, I'm going to ask you a question. In doing what you're doing with Elizabeth, and then just, I just kind of tossed you into leadership.
Yes.
Has that been something different for you?
This has been truly powerful for me. Thank you. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to share that, Deidre. I noticed that you were the quiet, shy type.
Yeah, right.
I've been watching you evolve, so I'm just want to share that your evolution is being witnessed because I saw you begin to start sharing and speaking more, because you were very
Yes.
when we first got in. And then when we had to get ideas, your ideas were coming. They was like, we not
Right,
we
right.
come on, Deidre, get me out there. And I mean, just the ideas. And then I watched how organized you were. Like, she got like her whole next 6 months ready for the Elizabeth. You know,
Right.
I was like, dang, Deidre is gone. And I
Yeah.
just like the way we flowed together too, because you listen, like when I would have ideas, you would listen to me. And I just want to say I appreciated that. And then I was able to watch, you come on through and up. And so I like that, because I was the same way. I would just I would keep it, in some settings, I would just keep to myself mostly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to sit and watch and observe and see how the room is moving. Unless the music on, never mind. I'm on the
Right.
dance, I'm on the dance floor.
Right, right.
Okay. Well, thank
Really
you for
like that.
sharing that, Mama
You
Hat.
are
Thank you.
we're witnessing that evolvement. We are the evolvement.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Next, somebody.
Mama
Mama,
Ever,
see your little chocolate hand up there.
I'm trying to.
Ooh, 20
I
people,
am
20 get to
thinking.
20.
I am growing up. I think it was both. I was a good girl, but I also didn't like to be bullied and would fight for myself. So I remember going to the principal's office several times because boys would make fun of my crooked smile and call me Popeye, and I'd be chasing them and beating them. Better leave me alone. So, and I did get whoopings with switches that I would have to go get, but I am attempting to remember why I got spankings, because I pretty much did what I wanted to do. If I wanted to play with my dolls, I played with my dolls. I played outside a lot. I don't remember what I got spankings for.
Being stubborn and being a bully.
Look, for chasing the boys and beating them up after they
Because I bet you were stubborn as heck. Your mama wanted you to do something and she couldn't make you do something if you no matter what she did. Is that true or no?
I don't remember. I maybe I would not do something. Yeah, not do something she wanted me to do in a timely manner or something. But my mother never had to scream and holler at me though. She never screamed and hollered at me. And I stopped spanking Sheena. I said, why am I hurting myself?
Oh, that's funny to me. I'm sorry.
that part.
Sit in the corner. And she would look back at me. I got a picture of her looking back at me like. But yeah. And as far as what I am evolving into is the spiritual practice. And Tava says, hi, Reverend Amani.
Who?
I was telling her that I said, have you ever heard of A Course in Miracles? And she hasn't. And because she knows Kevin.
Who's the person? We didn't hear the name.
Kevin and Sheena knows Kevin. And so
wait a minute, who did you say? Tava?
Yeah, Tava.
Yeah, Tava got a little boy, right?
She has twins, and they just turned 21 yesterday.
Oh,
well,
no.
Monday. No.
Oh, no. That's
her over Kevin.
Yeah, okay, I did. But Tava do know me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She said she did.
Okay.
to tell you why.
And she got you. She said, yeah, if you call her for help, you better want the help. You better take the help. And I said, yes.
Yeah. Because I had just met those young people and they was talking too much yang for me. I went in. Don't be talking no yang around me about you can't have your life work the way you want to have it work. That road has been traveled. And if you come around me talking like that, that road has been traveled. Let's just get you on the road to having your life that works.
Mhm.
Cause
So,
yeah.
pardon me. So, Mama Evelyn, what was I gonna ask? So that part of you who doesn't remember who got in trouble, that may be. Remember when we went on our discovery of selves and we went to the table?
Mhm.
In another session, you can invite that energy in, so you can say, now, who was it that who was that? Because it's that it happened, but you don't know. You're having some faint memory. So maybe the next time you do one of the sessions to sit at the table. And I thought that was a really good session. That was awesome. I didn't have a table. I had a cloth on the ground and we were sitting on pillows. I didn't have no table. But anyway, all right. Did you have any more to share, Mama Evelyn? So how did you use the things that you did? Because you said you always did the art, and so you just went right on into the art. You were,
Yeah,
creating.
yeah. Oh, my Barbie dolls were decked out. Would take. They were decked, and when I took it to show and tell in elementary school, and someone stole it. Because I had a little, the little basket that you have your sewing kit in, and somebody stole it.
You
And
sure she didn't just go somewhere else? Like, look, Mama Evelyn has created me, and now it's time for me to go somewhere else and be myself and shine. I'm gonna go to another home and shine because Mama Evelyn created me, and I'm fly.
Probably so, but yeah, because I was left on my own a lot.
Okay.
My mother,
Your
she would be the
world.
housewife. She would be the housewife and clean and cook, and then she'd say, I'm out of here for a while and go visit a friend. And she showed me who she would go visit. Just go visit a friend, just take I'm like, okay. But I had like 4 or 5 other mamas on the block, so I was cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Sounds like you had neighborhood.
Just the financial residual income and my health, of course. Those 3 things that I am stepping into and involving in them. Doing.
Get him, Mom Evelyn. Get it.
I am.
Come on. All right. I love it.
I love the possibilities that are always created in these sessions, no matter where the conversation goes, no matter what's happening, whether joy or pain, possibility is always where we get back to possibility.
Yeah, it's really something, because in what Mom Evelyn said, like what I can see for myself in terms of the pettiness, what came up out of what she just said was, for me, was that growing up in the era that I grew up in, there was a girl code. And you didn't break the girl code. Well, the women in the world today, they don't have girl code. Right? And when you don't have girl code, I'd be like, what is your problem? I can't trust you because you don't know the code. Right? And the girl code is, there's a respect and an honor and a looking out for each other and a commitment to each other that a lot of people just don't have that. And because I grew up with a girl code, I expect people to have that, and they don't. And so then I'd be like, you can't be part of my group because you don't know girl code. And that's the part I have to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade that conversation.
Yeah, that's just like.
But who teaches them? Who's going to teach them that girl code? That's where I get into my place. Like, I may feel similar, but then you have to think about, well, who was going to teach them the girl code? If this one over here doing that, and that one over here doing this, then who's going to teach them the girl code? Is it me, or is it that's somebody else's job then? Where are they going to get that training from? Mama Evelyn, what were you thinking about?
I wonder that's true, because yeah, that girl code thing, because I don't know where I got mine from. It's like, just for instance, Mama Head, if I wouldn't just show up at your house, and if you weren't there, if your husband was there and just you realize I could hang out, it's just not something I do. If because I have a friend, and if we were going to meet over her house, If her husband was there, that was fine. I would still stay in the car until you got there, because I don't hang out with your man like that unless I know that it's okay. And it's not something I would do on the regular. Because usually my girlfriend's husbands, I was like, they rubbed me the wrong way, and I just knew not to be in that energy. Just some of them, like for instance, my girlfriend Deb that does the shades, her husband, I was like, nah, because I would always, she was married, but it felt like she was a single parent.
Right.
And I would say, oh yeah, she is married. Oh yeah, she do have a husband. Oh, well, because he just never acted, he never really supported her, whereas Queen Aduni's husband, they support each other. Mama Het, they support each other. They uplift each other. He never did that. So I sensed that, and I didn't want to be around that. So yeah, going with somebody else's man or hitting on some, I'm just
Well, I
no.
know when Fame was, really serious in dating and stuff, and when the girls would come by, I would like, Fame, why don't it, I was, let me tell you, I was one that if I'm going to get to know your mother. I'm going to get to know her. We're going to talk and stuff, because that's where I'm going to learn most of my stuff about you, is to be polite and have those conversations with your mom, your sister, your family. And I did not see that with these young ladies. They, I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but, that was my upbringing. And I'm sure that we were talking the other day, and I was just saying, no, it's not, every generation says my generation was better. We didn't do this, but it's still the same. When we're saying people don't do this, they don't do that. I said, there is somebody who is still being respectful, and there's some that are still being disrespectful in every generation. In every generation, there is that variety, because those people, we teach differently. We have different cultures.
Hola.
All of that is involved in every generation. In every generation.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. In every generation, you still have that variety, because you still have people teaching. One generation teaches the next and the next and the next. If you're Muslim, you're going to teach your children this way, and then they're going to teach their children, even if they change. There's still those basic foundational things that are still going to be there. So, I really do not subscribe to the whole everybody is this, everybody and nobody, or I'm the first one. I don't understand. Nobody is doing this. Well, you're not doing it either. You're not doing it. That's why you're complaining. Nobody's teaching these girls, and you're not doing it either.
Right.
So, yeah.
I want to go back to the girl code. I just want to hear, did anybody else want to share their evolution and their things that they were busy about in childhood and now use for their career or their passion? Anybody else?
Mama Het, where did your guest go? Is she coming back?
Barbara said that she got a call, and so I asked her. I asked her where was she go. Where'd you go? So I don't know if she's still on call, but she did let me know that she got a phone call and they killed the Zoom. So yeah.
Okay, got it.
She's good though. I did check her. Come on, Jackie. Come on, Jackie.
So I'll share from this perspective. It's funny I'm sharing, but so I heard a lot of people say they talked and Mama Het, we all could imagine you as a child. It's just beautiful. You can see the image. We love it. We love it. But I do not like to talk. Never like to talk. And didn't like to write either, which is, I think, one reason why I was pre-med in college. It was like, oh, I just, I don't want to write any papers. I just study for the test and just do the whole, sciencey thing. But I don't like to talk at all. So, and I would always be like in my room, like playing my flute, because I started playing in 6th grade, and I was a flute, musicaholic, and I just was in my music world. And then I ended up going to a performing arts high school for flute and got awards for top instrument, it was just all about my music and my flute, and then singing in college. So that was it. So that's, even to this day, I don't like to talk. Even Reverend Armand, he's like, oh, I don't like to share. But in this environment, I like sharing with all you ladies, and just to add to the breakfast table. but because of all you guys, all you ladies give all the time. So just want to give as well. But thank you. That's all.
And that's amazing, because you said you didn't like to talk, but you will sing. And so singing isn't talking.
I don't like to, right, I was sing. And I don't like to sing in front of people. But then that happens, like, well, they ain't gonna pay me this. Most of the time they don't pay me to sing. That's so I have to just part of the job.
Did you ever consider the singing over, like, I know cartoons have singing. Have you ever
voiceover? Yeah, voice. I would love to. Yeah, that would be more my alley for sure. Yeah. So absolutely.
You didn't like to talk, but you do sing, but not in front of people. Yeah, that's kind of what I was about dance. I didn't want to dance in front of nobody. And a lot of times I'll dance with my back, because I don't just want to be in my own. I'm sneaking away when I go out, I sneak into my own world. I feel like I'm in the universe with the stars, and I'm the only one there. Because I've had people say, guys, like, why you all over there and dancing like that? First of all, I'm not even here, and you're bothering me. I really don't need a partner, okay? Because I'm out there with the stars. And I've had guys like, how you gonna meet anybody? I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. I'm here for the escape. That's where I escape. And so, so that's a neat. Okay, thank you, Jackie. I love it. How does a person not want to talk, but they sing? But it's a whole different thing.
Right, but then that's how my listening skills, I think, that's because I think I am a good listener. Most people say I am, so I do listen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know that Janelle Monáe, who I'm talking about, the singer and actress now. She was very, very quiet, and she just stayed in her room. My cousin, he was dealing with drugs and all of that stuff. That's why she had her uniform, the black and white, because they were workers. They were uniform workers and stuff. So that's what she took on that. But she would be in her room, like you said, Jackie. She'd just be in her room creating, writing. That was her escape, like you said, Mama Het. That was her escape. And look at her now. That very thing, those things that where he was on drugs and her mom and all that kind of stuff, she took that and it has molded into her being a great person, star and all that kind of stuff. Ebony had her hand up. You still want us to share?
Oh no, I changed my mind. I'm okay.
Okay.
You want to share about wait a minute, what was the question?
When Ebony's done, I actually had, for somebody who doesn't like to talk, I actually want to add something, but go ahead. When she's done.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ebony.
We were talking about where are you ready to evolve, and did you have a place in childhood where you might have gotten in trouble, but you're using it now for your passion and your skill? Like for me, I was busy. I was always up and walking around and talking. So all those things I needed for dance and for teaching. So, like for my daughter, she didn't, even before I knew I was going to have a baby, because when I met Hetheru, I told him I wasn't having any children. That's funny. I said that my child was going to have at least one wall in the house to draw on, because I just thought it was, and my last name is Wall, by the way. That's my maiden name, which is funny. So she was going to have at least one wall to draw on. And well, let me tell you, she has written on every wall, at least one wall in every room in this house. she has drawn. And in her room, I had bunk beds. She drew a mural. And so when I moved the bed, I was like, oh my God, because I couldn't see that she had drawn on the wall. And I moved the bed and changed it. Do you know she finished it and completed it when I moved the bed? She like continued on this mural. I thought that was good.
Wow.
Mhm.
I'm just, and she's an artist. She's a beautiful artist now. Jackie, go ahead and share. I just wanted to throw that in there.
So Ebony, you be thinking while we yeah, we're gonna circle back. I thought about, so I like playing when I was in high school. Like I said, did the flute, and I was playing the concert band, the jazz band, all the different bands. And what I love about playing in the band is that, so I'm in the flute section and I play my part, and then the clarinets play their part. Like everybody's doing their part.
Yeah.
You're right. And I love that analogy for how and I do like the support staff. I like to support people. That's why I like to support Mama Head and just be on the team and see how I could, what I could do to just support behind the scenes or whatever, or as needed. But I like that in terms of everybody. I see everybody on the planet like everybody, if we just playing our parts. And sometimes the flutes are sitting, sometimes the flute sit out for 10 measures. We could go get some coffee and come back. But
That's right.
yeah, then that's when the clarinets are play, or the horn, players, or maybe the first flute. Then there's different flutes. You got the first flute, second flute, third flute, and then they'll play it. Maybe the third flutes are playing whole notes while the first flutes are playing like all these runs and stuff. And it comes together and it's this beautiful, beautiful piece, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we heard Star. You're a shooting star. No matter who you are. Like, let's see.
Star was she was the goody. Well, we used to dog her out too. Yeah, because she was mama's star child. She was a goody two shoes. She never got in trouble, and yeah, and let my sisters and them tell it. If they could get Pam to go out with them, they knew they could go. So they
she was the ticket.
yeah, because mama knew Pam was a good girl.
So she gonna watch everybody.
But then we found out later how much sneaking she was doing because mama never checked on her.
Goody, the goody baby. Come on, Star. You want to share? Would you like? We would like for you to share.
I thought Ebony was going to share.
She changed her mind.
She thinks she's in think mode.
Ebony said, "No, you ain't throwing me under the bus."
Yeah.
I'll come back, Star. I'm gonna come back.
Because you see how she, most of the time you only see the top of her head. She's still in that mode.
I want to say something. In that book of you guys back in the day, of the book of your pictures, I always notice Star's always looking like she's delving in the deep. Like,
yes.
Yeah, that pose.
All the picture was like.
That's a good thing. That's another good project to do, is to go back and look at your picture. Queen, you going to get a picture?
I'm gonna find that picture, dog.
I'm gonna take a quick break. I gotta run to the loo, lady. I'll be right back. But I can still hear you. Keep talking.
Funny talking about pictures, because I'm organizing my pictures, because I want to do a just some, like everybody should do a book of their life. You ever see that? She always looking like she's going.
That's Star right there.
Wait, you have to wait. You have to wait to show that to Mama Hat when she come back. So
you look beautiful though.
It's great. Oh my God, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous picture. Wow. Who's in the rest of the picture? Sheila? Star, and anybody else we know? Is that your family?
Yeah. There's Queen of
and you at the bottom, right? Is that you at the bottom, right?
Yep, and our hubby.
Oh, I love
that's my
that's husband.
That's my niece. And then that's me, and that's Phil, and this is Tashima.
Oh, and on top of you said your niece?
Yeah, that's Doris's daughter.
Oh, look at that Mama Hat. See if you can pick out Star. You see Star?
Right there, top corner.
Isn't that beautiful?
The one with that top corner up there in that top corner.
Yeah. Awesome.
She was looking right at me. She was looking. The picture was looking right at me. She said, "It's me, Mama Head. It's me." Beautiful.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes. This was my first book. I created this whole thing. I laid it
I
out.
love that. Artistic Kings. Can you get that on Amazon?
No,
Can we get that from you? You have a digital
yeah,
copy?
I do have a few more left. Oh, and then
Yep.
here she is.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
Here I come.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that, Mama Head.
That's like
Okay,
a
we'll
Nile
talk.
queen.
I'm gonna pay
Like
you
a
for digital
Nile
copy of
queen
that.
there.
Star.
Well, this one is the Queen Cobra.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
I won a competition in Chicago with this one.
Wow.
Who is that you?
No, she was one of the stylists with me. She used to be my best friend, and then she decided not to like me anymore.
Oh, okay.
That leadership, I have some friends fall by the wayside. It sure will.
Oh, here she is again.
Wow.
All right. All right.
But
Wow.
you're right, Mama Evelyn. How she
That scrap, that look, that mm.
She got that. Don't come play with me. Don't come over there with that bull.
Don't come over here with that bull.
And I got family members to help back it up too.
Oh, here's my mom.
Wow.
Yes.
Who is it?
Wait a minute.
That's
That's
your
oh yeah.
That's
That's
my
mama.
That's Mama Everett.
Oh,
Yes.
Mama Hale. Which one?
wow.
Mama Everett. Everett.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yep,
Oh my gosh.
that's her. And then this is moi.
Oh, beautiful.
It looks like a dream catcher.
Yeah, those are fantastic. And look,
Yep.
that is
My family's work.
Okay.
Okay.
Queen, I'm gonna pay you for a digital copy of that. Like, we'll talk anyway. That's got it. That's so fabulous.
Digital. I don't have a digital copy.
I'll talk to you
back in the day.
No, you're gonna make a PDF. Just take PDF. Take a PDF. We'll talk. You're gonna just take PDFs of the pages. Anyway.
We have to just
put
send
that
you
book in the mail.
No, because you really have a few. Keep them. Don't keep your. Anyway,
No. I have enough. I'll be giving them away.
Wow. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. That's just those are beautiful.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
Everybody, come on. Those.
Okay. The
That is
now
beautiful.
Pam. The now Star.
All right, Star, Mama Star.
So y'all want me to talk?
Yeah.
If you like.
You see, I took over the leadership, right? So
No, when I was younger, all I wanted to do is not be noticed. And for some reason, people did notice me. And the reason that I was always with my mother is because there was too many people in the house. My mother was a single parent of 6 children. That's a lot in one house. And so I would go with my mother to get away from everybody else. And I didn't tell them why. And I did like to drink, I still do. I would say that I started drinking before I was a teenager. And I told my younger sisters, Doris and Sharita, I said, y'all just didn't know how to do things you wasn't supposed to be doing. Y'all didn't know how to do it. Y'all all bold and everything with things you shouldn't be doing. I never stole the car. I didn't have to. And I told my mother on her 80th birthday that I did do some of those things that they did. It's just that they didn't know how to do it with discretion. So what was the question? Did I answer it already?
What you just answered. What did you do you know, what did you, yeah. So how do you use the discretion? How is the discretion used now in your career and your passion?
Oh,
And what do you want to evolve? Where do you want to evolve?
well, I will say this in reference to who I am now. Um, People think that because I be in my room a lot, and they think that I'm just not, I'm up here. They don't see what I'm doing up here because the majority of the things that I'm doing is in my mind. And I create things in my mind, even, the things that God and I talk about, it stays in my mind unless he tells me to write it down. So me, when I was younger, being in my mind a lot and creating a life that was prevalent to me outside of the one that I had to be in when I came out of my cave, I would, that's somewhat what I am doing now in reference to the things that God shows me. And it's just up here. There's a movie up here. Um, However, I won't write it down until God says, okay, now write it down. It just stays up here because I've always been a very private person. I didn't want my family to know about the life that I had created outside of them. Um, so in reference to the discretion, all those poems that I wrote many years ago to keep myself from going insane are being used now to help people. God will say, I want you to, call this person and tell them this poem or send this one to that one. I didn't know until I've been living with Sheila and Phil since 2014.
Oh,
And God didn't tell me until last year that all this time I was in training, Sheila was training me, even though she didn't know. At least I don't think she knew. She was training me to be a leader. I used to always wonder why am I all these leaders' assistants? Why? And I would see the things that they would go through, and I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be a leader. That's why I have no children. I saw my mama going through all that because we got on her nerves. We did. I said, I'm not doing that. That's why I didn't play with dolls. That was too much like I didn't want anything to get in here while I'm playing with a doll that might give me any inkling to want to be a parent. I wouldn't even walk down the baby aisle in a store because I did not want to be a parent. My scope in life was very narrow, not knowing that just because my mother was going through what she went through doesn't mean that I have to. And God had showed me a vision to let me know that I see things like that. I see limits and there are none. And so being discreet has worked for me. At some point, I am going to have to bust out because that's what God said. So I am just up here in my room being prepared for the time when that is going to happen.
and I'll be organizing the event. So when it happens.
Oh, I love the sisterhood. I love the sisterhood.
So Star, let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
The drinking and stuff, because Pam was always cool. Like she is cool. Y'all, she's just a cool sister, right? Just chilled out. And everybody would, oh, well, how's your sister? She's so cool. She's so cool. She would be intoxicated, and she'd just be sitting back, just watching everything, paying attention to everything. But did the drinking come as a result of what was happening to you with our uncle? Was that part of it, or was it that you just Once you tasted it, you just liked it.
I would say that it was both. Because I have no reason to drink now. I just like it. And I don't drink to get drunk. I'm like a casual drinker.
Mhm.
You know, it's not really the alcohol that I like, it's the mixture,
Mm.
because I
That's
mainly drink mixed drinks.
okay.
And so I notice that I get very excited when somebody starts talking about alcoholic beverages.
Right.
This party that Sheila and Phil perform at every year, I like to go because they have a lot of free alcohol there. And
And food.
the food is
So you
good.
won't get too drunk.
This last time we went, the owner, you know, the one that gives the party, she heard me sing and she said, "You have a really nice voice." I said, "Thank you," but I'm thinking in my mind, please don't think that one day you want me to replace Sheila. That ain't gonna happen. Or help her know she's doing fine all by herself. But yeah, I like the taste and I just enjoy it. Now back then, yes, it was because of what I was going through. But now, no, I just like it.
Mhm.
That's good that you separated that. Now it's your own. And you know, mixing, the whole thing of mixing, it's about the balance. And you know, it's it is about the balance. I have a thing with taste. I like tasting different things. So I can understand that a little bit. Cause I like to drink. Cause when I was little, I was like, "Mom, why you drink this stuff? It's nasty. You know, why you drinking it?" I didn't get it. But sometimes, it's just like when Deidre was telling us about the bitters. Like we have places on our tongues that we don't even address the bitters of our mouth, and that's a part of the balance between our alkaline and our acid. You know, that seems like that would help balance that out. Place on our palate that we don't even, a need of our bodies that we don't even, deal with. That's something, you know. So, so did everybody talk about? Okay, Evie, did you
Yeah.
have
But
anything you wanted to share?
Ebony.
Yeah.
No pressure. If you want to jump the girl code.
No, I'm ready because I gotta
Okay.
get it out my mind. I gotta
Okay.
stop thinking. So that's where I would get in trouble.
Thinking.
I tune into. I'm a thinker. It's a lot of stuff goes on up in here,
Mhm.
and my mom was a single mother of 7, and I was the oldest girl. My brother, at the time when she was having all of my siblings, he was in the streets, so he was a drug dealer. So I was like the oldest, and I was also the assistant prayer because I worry. So my mom's not worrying, I'm worrying. If she's worrying, I'm worrying. I'm worrying about my brother, I'm worrying about my siblings, I'm worrying about her. Um, a lot of times I was told I was a natural leader. I could pick up off almost anything just by watching. I can possibly do it. I'm always in my head though. I'm a big visionary. I come up with a lot of ideas or business ideas, or I can always see where it goes. Um, since I've been getting readings lately, it's my natural gift to be attracted to abundance. Um, but I always got in trouble because I'm too busy thinking about abundance or thinking about something
Mhm.
Right.
that it circulate around abundance, which always seem to get me in trouble because it takes my focus off of the realities of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I will get lost in my thoughts and miss a whole conversation because I took one part of the conversation and I'm like, oh my God, y'all sitting on this $1 million idea, or oh my God, you got so many kids, you need a baby, you need a sibling to watch them kids. Like, they need to be organized. They need to go here to this school. Like I,
Yeah.
it's a gift that I'm learning that's a curse in itself because I always want to find a solution. I'm a problem solver. I'm always looking for someone else's solution. And it oftentimes take and consumes me with others that I forget about myself.
Yeah,
Mm.
I can
And
relate. I totally relate to you, boo.
yeah, and that's what I've been like trying not to say, because I'm supposed to be in a year of myself. I'm supposed to be involving to my divine higher self, and it always seems like I can take a little bit of time for everybody, and then I forget about the time I gotta take for myself, and it makes me feel really bad. But it's the gift and a curse. So it's my evolution is my balance. I'm trying to evolve and balance myself.
Okay, I just want you to do one thing and see if you can replace that ing word that you use. That
Yes,
don't say it.
yes,
Don't
the
say it
butt
'cause you go,
clenching words.
yeah. So just use a different word. And sometimes that will help because I remember sharing something similar, and but you are doing you. That's what you do. You get joy from that. So now maybe don't look at it as I'm forgetting about me. Maybe I am remembering me, and this is a part of me, and now let me do it for myself. Think about it think about it different. Maybe you got to do it here, and then then you can go, then you can flow here once these people get organized. Because where would we be without the thinkers?
Yes.
Where would we be without our thinkers? So maybe, after you do your part for the people, then come back and, do the infinity symbol. So you got to take it out there because this is Ebony. This is Ebony's self. Take it out there, do that, and then come back and whip it around and take care of you and take care of you after you do your gift because it's coming out of your pores. Sister Juanita I got to go on a tour of the building. Juanita put me on FaceTime and we done walked. That building is phenomenal. All the artwork everywhere on Grand River.
River.
I was like, I feel like I was in a comic book. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta go be in this space. That was beautiful. So yeah, Ebony, yeah, this okay. Do what you do, and then you just come back to Ebony. I think you got to come back to Ebony, and then look, the infinity symbol.
The infinity symbol.
Yeah, you all right?
I'm gonna have to remember you, Mama.
Yeah, just
okay,
that's
infinity. Back to Ebony. Okay.
Yeah, because it can't. All you're doing is coming from you.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever heard of Brightmore Makerspace?
I know about Brightmore, but I don't know.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Can we?
Okay, go ahead.
Can we get Ebony complete before we go to Brightmore?
That's your job. Come on, that's your job.
Well, I was just...
Yeah, I just wanted to share about Ebony because I've been working with her for the last maybe how many years, Ebony? But anyway,
probably 2015.
Okay, but wait a minute, ain't none of y'all gonna jump in front of me. Excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you. Love you all.
Well, I'm going back to Ebony. I'm just
okay. You can go back, but I'm first.
Yeah, we need to complete it.
Okay. Yeah, let me be first, Deirdre. You can go. You can jump in, right? Okay. So, but this is like for all of us. The word trying, just the more you tell us not to say try, the more we say try.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's like, when you were growing up, your mama said, "Don't slam the door." Bam. Don't slam the door. Bam. Don't slam my door. Bam. The more you tell, so the mind does not hear not. The mind hears do. That's to come a lot of times somebody tell you don't do something and you'll find yourself doing that very same thing.
Did I ask to change what she's saying or use a different language or use different words? Did I say that or did I say don't say it? Which one did I use?
No, you didn't say you didn't use either one of those. I'm just saying that when we in our consciousness, see, the whole thing is it doesn't matter what you're saying. What matters is what's in your consciousness, what's in your thinking. And if you're listening to people, they are in their mind. Ebony was just talking about in my mind. Star was talking about in my mind. I live in my mind. It's in the mind. It ain't in what you're saying, because we know we are so good with saying what needs to be said or saying what Listen, Black people is trained in that. We are trained in saying what we need to say to get over, saying how we need to say it to get through something. But that doesn't change the consciousness. I'm out to change our consciousness, because if you change your consciousness, then everything changes. That's what I'm saying. Because it's all in languaging. Being lives in language.
Okay. I was just asking
Being,
to think a different way. Just think about it
yeah,
differently.
okay, yes, and think about it a different way. But okay, so what I'm hearing and what Ebony is saying is she can think about it a different way, but her issue is balance. She take care of other people, but the balance is she don't take care of herself. The balance. So she's got to have a balance in, like, you don't have to stop taking care of people, but you cannot not take care of yourself. So
Yes.
I mean, it's more like a balance of self. It's just like in your chakras. The chakras require balance, right? So that's what I want to say about that. I want to say about the trying thing. And if you really like, what's the definition of trying? Really, ontologically, is looking good while failing. When you're trying to do something, you're actually failing to do something.
All right to keep saying it. Just keep squeezing so you can get stronger. Because
Yes.
the squeezing is good to help make your body better, or whatever
I'm not saying not to
you decide
squeeze.
to do.
Mama Head, I'm not saying not to squeeze, but you got to be at the source of your weeds. Because you ever take a weed, hold on. Hold on, Mama Head. You ever take a weed and pull it up, and tomorrow you go back outside and that weed is still there?
Yeah,
It's a
but I
good
don't pull weeds. I don't pull weeds though. But yeah,
okay,
I
but
understand what you're saying.
but the nature of a weed, the nature of a weed in your garden. And let me tell you something, you pull weeds too. Because otherwise your whole life would be covered over, because we are a garden. You know? Right? So it's like, if you don't get something at the root, next week, next month, it'll grow right back up. So I'm committed to, when we see that weed, we can pull it out by the head and it don't come back no more, and we can have a beautiful lawn called our life. That's all I'm saying. And I'm complete.
Ashe.
Okay.
Ashe.
That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Anyway, thank you so much, my Mama Ebony, for sharing. I appreciate it. Deetra, what did you want to share, dear?
Oh, thank you, Mama Het. Yeah, I just want to confirm with Ebony that she is truly a leader. She is. I've been working with her on a different area. This is, and I know that she has been a leader with us, with the Sierra Club. If you all have ever heard of it, we work together with that. Yeah, so I was just confirming.
Yes,
What's
thank
the
you.
Sierra Club?
Sierra Club, that's our environmental organization. We have one housed in Detroit on Cass. We work together with an environmental organization to kind of work on all of our environmental issues that go on in Michigan and the changes that we make. And I do find joy in coming home to River Rouge, and it's like one side of our freeway is now just have the pollution and the smokestacks releasing the pollution, and we used to have two, like both sides of the freeway used to release all the pollution, and we literally shut down one whole side of the freeway.
Yes, I know, that's good.
And that, oh my goodness, that's joy right there.
Yes.
Growing up, my mama and all of my siblings getting in those road trips and coming back and seeing both of those and trying to explain to my family what that is.
Yes.
After just thinking and seeing these things and Simpsons and all kinds of visions going on in my head, and it's beautiful to just see that at least we got one side of the freeway.
That's right. That's right.
Moving on to the other side of the freeway, pollution free. It's coming.
Yeah, so she works towards making sure these things happen, and she's been a leader in this. So we appreciate Ebony a lot. We do.
Thank you.
And just to go back on the word and using the word or not using the word or thinking about it and it being okay or not, I'm saying this in love. I'm saying it in love. And
Yeah.
it just helped. It really, when I think about people using the word that are doing things, it almost like it diminishes what they're doing. It's like they're almost doing it. And so I like to confirm and use that word as a confirmation to change from using those, from using that word, which is kind of a gray word, to make it plain and black and white. So I like to use that word, especially to not use it, because to think about how you're using it, because it helps confirm what you're doing. I am, to me, that's using that like not using the I am, which is very strong and very powerful. So I will continue to ask people to think about things differently and squeeze if they use it, because I like to, and it's not allowed in my household. So I just like to share that, and a lot of people have taken on the task, and it's a lot of fun because it makes you laugh too. It's a part
Yes,
of my.
and Mama had, we feel the love. I feel the love. Let me
feel the
speak for
love.
myself.
And
Wait. Okay, here I come. Here I come.
Let them finish. Let them finish. Let them finish, Mama Omani. Please let them finish what they were saying.
Hurry up. Go ahead.
I
Okay.
love how you said the infinity symbol. That really got to me, because a lot of family and friends always tell me I can't pour from an empty cup. And I sometimes that analogy just makes me frustrated sometimes, because I'm like, okay, but I'm pouring and I'm getting poured into, my gifts are still coming, but I want it to go around back to me. I just have to receive it. I have to have the right balance. And the infinity symbol makes it more understanding to me than just pouring into a cup and then my cup overflowing and then or is it empty?
Both surrounding. It's both surrounding. It's a surrounding. So yeah, being conscious of it. Thank you, Deidre and Ebony. My Reverend Omani.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, thank you for calling me. So, Mama Het, I know
Yes.
who you are. I know who you are from your core. That's one of my superpowers inside of what God has given me on the planet, is to know who people are. I know you love from the bottom to the top, the side to side, up to the down, inside out. I know you love. Period. Period. I know you ain't never trying to do something to harm people, only to uplift people. But who I am for you is higher. It's time for you to come higher because of your calling on your life. And who I am for you is I'm the one who will help you come. That's what I'm here for.
Bring it on. I'm a fight, but bring it on. I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, good. So that's really, I'm a really request, especially for the people who are on the call every time, because, okay, listen, Sheila knows who I am, right? And Sheila is calling for me to bring who I am to this call. So I'm just a request that you guys listen to me I will check what's being said, because my forte is languaging. What I've been trained in is how to speak in a powerful way to make what you want to bring into existence in life into existence.
Right.
That's my goal. That's what I'm here for.
I hear that, but that's not what that doesn't sound like what I'm doing to help empower people.
Listen, baby, I'm telling you right now, that's what I'm saying to you. That's what okay, excuse me for a minute. I got to step out of myself. That's who the fuck you are. I know who you are. And okay. I'm not ever making you wrong. I put on the thing the other day about coaching. And what is coaching? It's a go in there and look for it. Coaching is being able to take correction. Nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with what you're saying, but how to take it to another level. Oh my God, it's so deep to me, because if you go look at it, it's got Michael Jordan on there. It's got LeBron James on there, and it's got Serena Williams on there. And that is powerful as they are. What do they have? They pay people to coach them. They pay people to coach them. Well, what is coaching? Put in correction. Okay, you want to hit that tennis ball back over the fence with a spin. You got to take that net and flip it. So that's all I'm saying.
So that's where I'm ready to evolve. But I'm just saying I'm going to be a little fighty with it. So we're gonna get to it.
You can be fighty with it, but
listen, I know I can. I'm telling you I am.
Okay, but listen, you can. It's no problem. However, you want to really you can stay the same, or you could try to say something and be something that's different than what you've been to get what you really want out of life.
If you want something different, you got to be something different so you can do something different.
Going and I'm going to, and I'm being.
I'm
No,
talking.
it's Wednesday.
I'm
We can do this
talking.
on Thankful Thursday.
I know,
I'm
but it's one
done.
time. Let me
Can we continue
finish.
tomorrow?
Let
I don't
me
want to
finish.
do
Why
anymore.
won't you let me
I
finish?
don't want to do anymore.
Why won't you let me finish? Why won't you let me finish, Mama Head? Okay, it's interesting. You won't let me finish.
No, it's okay. Can we talk about this on my personal with just you and I, please?
No, because guess what, Mama Head? It's not just for you. It's for everybody on this call. There is only one. There's only one of us on this call. Even though we all got our own departments, there's only one mind.
Can we all take a breath, please? Can we take a breath, please?
Yeah, we do need to take a breath.
No, but this is the part I want to say to you guys.
Did you take the breath? Take the breath?
Let me finish what I'm saying because it's called to this conversation, Sheila. You guys got to be willing to confront yourselves.
Yes.
And when the conversation starts to get heated like that, you guys on this call want to pet each other up, wipe away your tears, not deal with the pain that's fundamentally in this group. And now I'm complete.
I want to deal with it. I just asked for a breath. That's what I asked for. Everybody to take a breath, to regroup. I was talking to myself and anybody else who is resonating with on my sister on mine. I just asked for the breath so I can continue.
So let us take a breath. Star, you have something to share?
Yes, when Reverend Omani mentioned the garden in the movie The Shack, where they are, the Holy Trinity is working with this guy named Mac to help him deal with his pain. And they show him this garden and they tell him, this is you. And the garden is a mess. It has all kind of weeds and flowers and things in it. And what they are saying to him is that you are stuck and we want you to be loosed. You have a family, you're the father, and your children and your wife are in pain and they need you to be free. And I was reminded, because I got a lot going on in my mind, sometimes I'm tired, my body is tired, and I don't know why, but last night, I got the reason is that I'm tired because of all of that is going up in here. And last night when I was resting, I said, I told God, I don't want to think about anything but you. And I just want to see myself holding you. Because yes, you're my father, but you're my daddy. And I just want to hold you. I don't want anything else going on up here except that. So I realized that sometimes it makes my body tired. And I have to lay down, I have to rest. And I realized that I am a garden and that there are still some weeds and things that, and what's in the garden is not necessarily a bad thing. It's like the Holy Spirit in the movie was showing Max. She said, don't touch that, because he was helping her in his garden. Don't touch that, it's poisonous. And so Mac asked, well, why is it in the garden if it's poison? She said, you say that like poison is a bad thing. But if you mix that weed with this right here, it becomes something beautiful. So I realized that the things that are going on with us, like we're talking about the things that we used to do when we were younger, it's not necessarily a bad thing. We're just in training. We don't know what it's there for yet. And the things that we are creating in our minds are things that we've been doing our whole life. Like Queen, her mind is going all the time. She is creating all the time. And that's amazing to me. I think she's a genius because I can't do that. I mean, I am doing it, but I can't do it the way that she does. She has a business mind. I don't have a business mind. I just got a mind that where there's a whole lot of stuff going on up in there. And I realize that at some point, what's going on up there is going to come out and be something beautiful. This garden that we are, I am just trusting God to make everything in it beautiful, to help me use everything that is in there for what it is that I came here to do. And I'm just glad to see that everything about me that I thought was no good is not necessarily so.
Mhm.
There's a mixture, and God is showing me what not to do and what to do, what to get rid of. And Ebony, I believe, do you get tired? Does your body get tired a lot because you got so much going on up here?
Yes, all the time, all the time. I'm appreciating my rest now because it's the tired of the mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say I need to put rest on my evolution, what I want to evolve to. And I want to share that breathing is my safe word. If I feel myself going in a direction that the rest of me doesn't want to go, then I'm asking for breath, because that's something that Hetheru taught me. He said, "Hey, Mom, just take that breath so you can regroup." And I'm just letting everybody know that that's my safe word. If I ask for us to breathe, I just need that collective to help me get back on track so I won't get too far over. And I know that there's a battle with me when there comes things that I need to fix, because it's just like the sister the other day with the burning bowl. She was like, "I'm not going to burn the bowl." I'm like, "Just go burn the bowl." So that breathing is me saying, "Go burn the bowl," so I can say, "Okay, it's okay, because nobody's hurting you here." But when you pull up your old ugly stuff, that it hurts, because it's been there so long, it's been growing there so long. Like, I'm getting ready to put some coconut oil on. Put some coconut oil on and make it feel a little better, because it's got to go. It's got to go. And if I'm ready to do it, it's gonna be a little battling. I might battle, but I do my best in being respectful and asking. So breathing is my safe word. I just want to let everybody know. And if anybody else needs to use the safe word of breathing, I'm welcome to it. And Sister Omani, I'm thankful and grateful to you. But I was like, I need to spar. So I might need to spar, and I might need a sparring partner. I need a coach to help me with my sparring. So I am going to call you later, because I need to deal with this. Okay, I do, and I want to. I'm ready.
So this is what I want you to know, Mama Head. Listen, the work we're doing right now is very deep. Like the ladies who came to the burning ball with me, and it's not just you guys, because I've talked to several people who were at the ceremony. We cleared out so much, we done got to the next layer of scars.
Yes.
Right, and it's showing up on this card because a bunch of y'all was in the burning ball with me. So I told Sheila the other day, we cleared the space. So now what the Elizabeths are really need to deal with, it's up on the table right now.
Yes.
Because we cleared the space. See, y'all was all playing nicey. But that's not really what this group is for. Because when you're having a baby, like, you said you push your baby out 1, 2, 3, push. But some people had to labor.
So I don't know that, right? I don't know that. Right.
Yes, yeah. So some people have to labor. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with your labor, because at the end of the labor is a beautiful baby. And you actually forget about the labor, because you'll go and have another baby.
Sure will. Because maybe, and then mine might have been late, what is it called? Latent, or it'll come. Like some people don't have necessarily go through there's a process. And some people go through the process in a different way.
Exactly. But now this is what y'all got to know about me, about coaching people. I'm not scared of the pain, and I'm not scared of the confrontation.
Okay.
Because I know egoically Your
Mhm.
ego has had a grip on you for however many years that you are here on the planet, and it don't want to give up power and control over you. So when I bring in a conversation that's different from the one you used to having, your ego wants to fight back.
That's
But
right.
what you got to know is I'm a stand that the ego does not win, because from reading the Course of Miracles, I know that it's an illusion.
Exactly.
It ain't even real. And
Okay.
I will keep coming in.
Right. But when it's battling, it's still gonna come up.
I'm
I
like,
got to have to let it go. It's got to come on out to get let go. I'm gonna say that. It's got to
okay,
come
good.
on out to get let
But it's
go.
okay. But that's the point, Mama. You got to push. It's like a pimple. You know, when you got a pimple, you go to push it a little bit, it won't come out. But to get some of that stuff out of that pimple, you got to push that thing hard.
Let it go. Whoa! That's the one. That's the one. That is
Got
the
to push
one.
that shit hard, right? No.
Woo! Thank you for
No.
divine order. Thank you for divine order.
Yes. So that's who I am, and that's what you can count on me for. I'm talking to all our egos, include mine. I ain't scared, because the ego comes up to try to back you down when somebody trying to come in there and have you do and be and have your life be different. I know why, because I done went through it. I done been through the fire.
That's why this helper's in my back now. This my back. I'm in pain.
Yeah, baby, because you need support.
My 5 rights. I'm drinking my water. Mama Nicole got me on hot water and ginger and ginger.
Yeah, because your back is your support. You need support now. It's like, come on, because whatever it is we dealing with is right up on the table. And now we done cleared out 7 years of stuff. It's like, we about to deal with the real deal now.
One
Because
that said, I'm gonna stay in here and wait. I'm gonna let everybody else go, but I'm gonna stay here and wait.
so yeah, for real. And you know, and so okay, Sheila. Okay, it's 7:53. 9 is tomorrow Wednesday. Okay.
Hold on a minute. You know,
Tomorrow's Thursday.
you gonna start us over. You gonna start the whole thing over. It's 9:53, Sister Almighty.
53. It's 9:53.
We have class tonight, Rev.
Girl, wait a minute, I'm sitting here rubbing my head, and then I'm thinking about, and I got to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like, wait a minute, did I start my class early or something?
Yeah, she's a bad motherfucker. You got your days all twisted up. Woo, yeah, we gotta get this one out of here. I want to meet her. I need to meet her. We're gonna have a conversation today.
Yes. Yeah, because Mama, I want you to know, Mama Head, I see the love that you are, and I see how much you care and your commitment, and how you really want things to be different. You sick of how it is. I feel that with every fiber of my being coming from you. I feel that from every fiber of my being coming from you. And listen, I'm only here to serve, and I'm only here to help. That's the only reason I'm here. And I will come after the bullshit. And it's not even the bullshit, y'all. It's really, I will come after us going higher, taking it to a higher, ascending to a higher level, so that we can raise up from the battlefield called our life, that we can raise up above it and look down, and then we have all the power to handle whatever's going on, because we have risen higher. And that's my commitment, that we raise higher, because there's nothing in our life that should be an issue or a problem with us.
Right. Because that's all love, and if it ain't that, then it ain't nothing, because it's all an illusion.
Exactly. But you got to be willing to go in there and break up the illusion. And the illusion feels very real.
Take a breath. Can I get to Mama Evelyn real quick? I'm committed to this. I am committed to it. But I want Mama Evelyn and Sister Star to speak, please. Thank you.
Mama Evelyn. It's take the blue pill or the red pill.
Come on.
And I feel you, Mama Het, because you were doing what I know I do when I don't want to hear what somebody's saying. That ego got a strong hold, because I do it with Sheena's dad. When he said something, I was like, I feel you. And Rev, I'm ready. I'm so ready to get kicked in the ass. I am so ready. You have no idea. And thirdly, aha moment. That's what's happening in the world. This is what's happening in the world. The white folks don't want to deal. They don't want to peel these layers back.
Exactly.
They don't want to do that.
Yes.
All that pain they have to dredge up.
Yes.
We going through the work here so we can
Yes.
help bring somebody else through.
Yes, yes, yes.
Preach,
Yes.
Reverend Ellen, preach, preach.
But wait a minute.
Jeez.
We was having a sidebar about Mama Evelyn. It's like, oh, look at Mama Evelyn being. Yesterday, she was like, I am love. Who I'm being is love. We was like, okay, girl.
So did.
And can see her, like, and I really want you to know, Mama Evelyn, I see your commitment, and I'm committed to your commitment. That has us be unstoppable.
Yes.
And what's so interesting is when we speak things, it's going to show up, and we got to show and prove what we saying, so I love that.
Yeah.
Star.
I want to say this. We are Elizabeths, even those that are no longer here. You once an Elizabeth, always an Elizabeth.
Yes, yes.
And I'm not sure if Queen knew what she was creating when she started this.
I knew.
A love chain.
And we have to go higher. We cannot stay where we are.
Go back.
Right.
Can't go back.
Once you come across this platform,
It's on and popping.
it's like you said yes to coming onto this platform, even if you did not know what you was coming to.
Right.
So once we did, the angels started working. And I've been given permission to say this right now in reference to the prophecy that God gave me. It's not a simple yes to the call. When the time comes, we as women, in order to answer the call, we have to be ready to give up the world.
Yes, yes, yes.
The things in the world like bling bling, as the Rev says, you have to be ready to let go of your illusions and anything that is not like God.
Yes.
When we come back from the prophecy, we are women who are in the mode, or we are being those that are helping the people. That prophecy, when it happens, is a very powerful thing. People will be freed from that. That's why he gave it to the women, because he gave us the ability to give life. That's why the men can't do it. Only the women can.
Right, right.
The way God made us. And he made us not just for the things that we know, but for this that is coming. That is why he made us the way that we are. It's the women that are going to help the people after the prophecy, because they're going to hear it and they're going to feel the change coming out, but they're not going to know what happened. They're not going to understand.
Right.
So it's not as simple as I thought. I can only say it is the way God shows me. However, we have to come higher, not just for the people, but for ourselves.
Yes, for ourselves.
All God wants us to be is happy. And if there is anything in the way that is blocking our happiness, that's not God.
It's got to get out the way. It's going to get out the way. It's an illusion. It's going to get out the way. I'm going to tell
He's
you
going
about
to move it out the way. You're
That's
not going to be able to, we are not going to be able to hold on to anything.
Right.
One of the things that came to mind, Star, as you were saying that, was the reason why the woman was tempted with the apple in the Garden of Eden is because everything comes through her. When the seed is planted in her, everything comes through her. So if you kill her off, you kill off everything else. The man plants the seed, but we grow it and we give birth to it.
Yes, yes.
If you kill off if you kill off
Mhm.
who gives birth to the seed,
Mhm.
you've killed off the world.
I was
We
remembering
are
when
the nurturers. That's the reason why, as much as the call has gone out to grow the Elizabeths, there's a reason why it's not growing. Because there are certain people that have been called to this group. Everybody's not called. It's certain people. And whatever God has, that Sheila, when he planted that in you and you answered the call, this call is huge. And there are only certain
Yes.
people who are going to respond to that call, because it's going to be work. One thing that Reverend Omani reminds me of is my father. My father, my father set you straight with no chaser. And you could cry your tears and he would give you Kleenex until you dry it up, because it's the way it is. And it is interesting that we are having this conversation today, because today is the day that I was sitting in my father's memorial service.
Yes, come on.
So I feel him right now, because after my dad passed and I fell apart, I was walking to go and see the grief counselor. And I felt my dad surround me. I could smell his cologne all around me. And as I'm walking down 12 Mile in Southfield, I heard these words: pull yourself together.
Come on.
Girl, what is wrong with you? I did not raise you like this. I poured into you. I'm not coming back. I gave you everything you needed.
Yes.
Now it's time for you to use it. You're going to be all right.
Yes.
And you're going to come through this a whole lot stronger.
Yes.
Can you say his name, please, your dad?
My father's name was Joseph Green. And I'm going to tell you something about his service. We cremated my father. As his best friend was giving the eulogy, my father's photo fell 3 times. It was on an easel. The first time they called his name, it fell. They put it back up. The second time he called his name, and there was some stairs. So the first time it just kind of fell in front of the easel. The second time he called his name, it fell halfway down the stairs. They said, well, we're going to pin it up to make sure that it don't fall again. My father was something else. My father was quite a rebel and quite defiant. The third time they called his name, it fell off the easel, down the stairs, and onto the floor. And me and my sister leaned over, we looked at one another, and we said, Dad's here. Because my father always said, you guys act up, I will come back and haunt you. And we would laugh about that.
He told you that.
Little did we know he was sitting in that service. So what's happening here is a cleansing. It's a cleansing, it's a roto-rootering, it is a tearing away of everything. Because where we are going, we can't take this. Even with the conference, we can't help cleanse other women until we've been cleansed ourselves.
Come on.
Because you can't teach when you're learning.
Come on. Come on.
I'm noticing that my pain is on the right side, so that's the feminine side, right?
Masculine.
Masculine is the right side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're actually pointing on your left side.
Oh, I mean, okay. I'm talking about, so yeah. So this, I'm hurting here.
That's your left.
That's your left. Okay.
Wait, one more thing, Queen, before you. The scripture God gave me for the prophecy is, the seed of the woman will crush the head of the serpent. That's the scripture that he gave me. Most
Say it
people
again.
don't know what that means,
Can you
which
say
is
it
a good
again?
thing. The seed of the woman will crush the head of the serpent. That's the scripture that he gave me for the prophecy.
Crush the head of the serpent.
Ooh, Star. Okay, now you done gone there. So a couple of weeks ago.
Wait a minute, hold up, Bridget. I got to
Yeah.
say this, girl. She done took
Bridget,
me too.
come on.
Bridget, Bridget, you done took me too,
Yeah,
Bridget,
thank
but you go first.
So 3 weeks ago, I had a dream. I had two dreams. They were 3 days apart. The first dream was, it was a big king-size cobra. I was walking on the road. The cobra raised up in front of me and I froze in place. Out of nowhere came this huge foot with sandals, not like sandals we wear now, but like sandals from generations, ancient sandals. It crushed the head of the serpent, but the body was still moving. But I could hear the words, keep walking. I'm with you, keep walking. I still was frozen in place. I couldn't move. 3 days later, I had that dream again. Walking on the road. Before the serpent could even raise his head, the same foot came out and crushed the head of the serpent, and the body stopped moving. And I heard that the body, the head is dead, and so is the body. Keep moving and look up. When I looked up, the road was clear. It was like a whole new, it was like when you go on a highway and they laid new pavement. It was like a newly paved road, and the road was wide and there was no obstruction. And it wasn't until Star just said that about the seed that I'm like, that's why I said there are so many layers going on, and whatever road we're being placed on, and that we've been given an assignment to do, that road's gonna be clear. But before we go, we gotta be clear. I think I got it all out. Okay, yeah, I did.
Mama Head.
Okay. So what I wanted to share is that my pain is on the left side, this side. And there, I remember when my mom passed, that there was this anger that took over. And I believe it happens to many people. You get this hidden anger. You don't know you're angry, but everybody else around you knows you're angry. And that's who I have been asking to let go of. And so this pain, and it's funny because it's starting to subside because I feel like I have to go relieve myself. So that means that that's ready to come out finally. But that battle right there, you know, I don't think I ever let that or address that issue of me. Because I have a couple of friends whose mothers were consoling me when my mother just passed away. So it's back up. I know that's what it is. I feel that that's part of this journey that I'm on right now.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
And it's feminine. It's the feminine side. So, and my challenge with the left and right side is my dance teacher always stood in front of us and taught. So my left is right and right is left. So I thought I missed that day at school, but I got it. So it is the left side. Thank you for getting me together on that one. And somebody else had their hand up. Oh, I also talked to our guest because it was a snow day. Excuse me, Jessica didn't have to get up to take her son to school, and she's usually up at 6. And so that was her. She just called and apologized and let me know that she's really not. What did she say? She said, "I'm so sorry because of the snow day. I wasn't up at 6 to take King to school, and my exhaustion set in, and I just woke up. Oh my God, I feel horrible." And I told her, I said, "You get some rest. We can always reschedule." I said, "We had a serious breakthrough with the sisters, so it's all good. We work in divine order time, and that's fine." Love you much, and more creative ideas come through. And she said, that's good to hear. I wish I could have been there, but amazing. Appreciate you so much. I do need rest, and I'm still on my couch where I fell out last night. So I just wanted to let you all know she did send word to let us know why she didn't come. And I knew it was something. It's always something.
Well, I'm glad she okay.
Yeah, me too. Sheila, thank you for having this space and allowing the process, the flow to happen. Because, and with, along with Bridget was saying, a lot of these mountains and molehills that we come to, we the ones who put them there. It ain't, you know, I can't be mad at my Brussels sprouts. You know, I'm happy I'm eating my vegetables, but I have to drink water. I'm not drinking my water when I just said that I want to do it more.
Right.
Well, that's my point, and I'm taking that. I'm taking it, and that's why I'm not flowing the way that I should be, because I don't have proper water. I'm deficient, you know, in that area as well. So, Reverend Omani, if you got some time, I need to schedule an appointment.
You
for
can
my
call me.
therapy.
You can call me anytime, boo. I'm Angel on call 24/7. That's how I roll.
All right, I'll be making my appointment. I love y'all. Thank you all for going on this journey and through this journey with me and us and we and all of in here.
Yeah.
I'm complete.
Yeah.
This is truly a sisterhood. And just like, and let me come on. And just like all sisters, you're not going to always agree. It's like I tell my baby sister, you know what? We came from the same father and mother, but we're not the same people.
Yeah.
I'm older than her. I come through a different generation. I have a different thinking. I told her, I said, we may favor, but we each are individual people. We are sisters. We are all individual people. And just like when you date or you marry somebody, they bring their own stuff. So we all have our own, whatever journeys we've taken, whatever issues we've dealt with, whatever, we all have our own stuff. And that's part of, just like your real, just like your blood sisters, you argue, you disagree, but you still love one another and you still work it out.
Right.
And that's what we are. And as we pull it together, that's what also draws us closer. Because just like with everything else, nobody else can talk about your sister. You can talk about it, but somebody else talk about it and you'll beat the hell out of them. And then you and your sister will go back to arguing and having cornflakes later. So it's no different.
Yeah.
Oh, my back
So,
is relieving the pain. Oh my gosh.
Okay, here we got this person. Hi, Joe. This is a call for just women. So
You could tell by the title of it. You didn't have to ask him. By the wording of his thing, you could just throw him out. Trust me.
let me,
Hello.
hello.
Hello, how are you?
Fine. This is a
That's good.
I'm telling you, throw him
okay.
out. Don't let him talk.
Nice. It's not gonna
What
be
you
He
say?
nice.
sounds like a girl. I mean, a
I'm
woman.
telling, yeah, okay.
It's a
Y'all let
nigga.
it
It's a
go.
nigga. You're a
See?
nigga. You
See?
black. You're a nigga.
Let it go.
Oh, let them go.
I told you when you saw the
Just trying
title
to
of it, when
get
you
to
see the name,
where
take
it
it out.
is.
How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? How old are
Participate.
you? Oh, Ronnie's, how old are you?
Anyway, we'd like to thank everyone for chiming in and coming on to the show today, the Wisdom Wednesday, with Elizabeth. Nice. I think we had a beautiful break. I know I had a beautiful breakthrough, and I'm ready for
Yes.
what comes next. You know,
Sorry, dude.
battles
We know fucking
we've been
black little woman.
will continue to be who we are and how we are. And so the next time that happens, I'm going to just bypass, but it is time to go. Sheila, would you like to wrap up before we go?
I would. Let me get rid of this.
Yeah, so if that happens
They
again,
are
I'm just
going
going to
so
talk and act
far.
like I don't even hear it. We'll just ignore and just continue on and just pray or whatever.
And then I
because
can find it quite quicker. So this has been very interesting and wonderful. But I do want to come back to that word that obviously kicked all this off. And what we say is important and how we're speaking about things, even without using that word, the word attempt. Attempt is the same thing. I am, so we look for words to replace that, still meaning the same thing. And what we want to do is because I share this even when I'm out and people bring that, and I've always had that same thing. It's just an excuse for not doing. So you already have your excuse by saying the word. You have your excuse of why you don't do it. Well, I said I was attempting. I said I was, where I believe that what we want to do is to declare what we are doing. So like when you were saying that, I am that, no, you're doing it. So be more in our conversation about declaring what we are doing. So it's done in the spirit before we see it anyway. And if your heart is that determined, because you are doing it, you're already on the path of that. You're not thinking about one day I'm going to do this. No, make your declaration about who you are and what you are accomplishing, and make that stand. So with Mama Het bringing that as a game, so that we can, in the very beginning when she started, so that we can make that, oh yeah, I need to stop saying that, so that I make a declaration, because I am building a school. I am doing this. I'm not done to be sweet. I am sweet. You see. So I thank God. Obviously, this was, well, this is what happened. Our guest was not supposed to be here, so that we can be in the kitchen by ourselves today.
We had to clean up the kitchen today.
When I brought Queen Adua to see the space that I had at the shop, where I'm at right now at the loft, and driving over, I told her that I saw, as far as Elizabeth, that women, there's a job we have to do, and we have to support our male counterparts, our men, in delivering the baby, right? But we needed to be healed before we can help somebody else. So it's all of this is the process. And like Reverend Amani and all of us have said, what comes out of our mouth, the I am, is important. And if that is one word that we can take on, that we release that, then that's the gift that has been given to us as a game, so that we're sensitive to that, to make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay, so thank you, everyone, and those who were listening and supporting and praying while this was happening. Beautiful, beautiful. And like you said, Bridget, we was in our kitchen and we could sit back and listen and learn and love and pray and hear.
Be and do.
Yeah. So thank you that you all will have that conversation. And Reverend Amani is here for all of us for coaching. And yeah, so that's what I have to say. gonna still do this when you say that word, because it's just to remind us. And like I said, I've talked to people outside when I said, oh, that's a word we would do these exercises, and they say, I'm gonna remember that, because you are doing, we want to be doing, not the other word, especially when you're already accomplishing much, much, much. So it's a word that we've just been used to. It's like saying nigga. You don't want to hear that anymore. And then they discounted it or whatever, making it illegal, whatever that thing is. I remember my son said, Fame, he said,
buried it when Kwame
I
buried
don't
it.
want you calling me that. Mommy, don't call me that. And I never called him that again. Never, never. So anyway, that's what I have to share. I want to thank you all. We love everyone. We learned a lot. And I was talking to Reverend Omani about you, Evelyn. I said, boy, Evelyn's like, she on it. She is on it. So I see the transformation of all of us. All right, so we are divine beings. We are love. We are powerful. We are healed. We are wealth, and we are health. Not healed. We are wealth, and we are health. We are those things. Walk in it, be it. And I love you. And tomorrow is Therapeutic Thursday. Okay. With Reverend Omani.
Woo! All right, y'all.
All right. Love yourself. Hug yourself. Yeah,
a little longer.
Squeeze that, mama. Help squeeze that pain right on out of there. And then hug the world. And speak goodness and love and peace and harmony and the I ams.
Yes, the I am.
And the I ams. Make it powerful. And have a great and fun day. Miff it.
All right.
Make
Peace,
it
y'all.
fun.
Make it fun.
Peace and love.
Mm-hmm.